What's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Action Jackson, man. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I know the Dallas Cowboys messed up with the Dalton Schultz situation. And yeah, man. So before we head into the video, man, hopefully you guys, I would appreciate it if you guys like, comment, subscribe, share to anybody that likes to hear Dallas Cowboys content and doesn't, they don't want to keep listening to the guys on the 3 or 4 letter networks like ESPN and FS1 because they don't really talk about anything or talk about any context. So yeah, man. So before we even hop in talking about the Dalton Schultz situation, one, I hope he gets his money, and I want him to get his money, but I just don't think it will come with the Dallas Cowboys. But if it does come with the Dallas Cowboys, I'm gonna tell you why they have messed up in this situation. So as you can tell from this report right here, I got from Instagram. I follow him, DC.network. Make sure you guys check him out on Instagram, man. He has really great posts and insights and everything like that. So this is where I got the image and everything like that from. So it said that Dalton Schultz is frustrated with the current contract talks with the Cowboys. He's going to miss the rest of OTAs and hopes it will change. Every single time the Dallas Cowboys have a player that holds out for money or anything like that, they always come out with a statement saying they're not going to overpay for the player and they're not going to set the market with the player. So how they messed up in this situation was franchise tagging him. You ended up franchise tagging him, and what normally the franchise tag does, it gives you around market value of the position of the player. So if you franchise tag a quarterback, you'll franchise tag him for about $30 million because that's like around the market value for a franchise starting quarterback. And then if you do like a receiver, it'll be like around in the $26 million area. Then if you do it for tight ends, it's around 10 plus million. So with the Dallas Cowboys, when we ended up franchise tagging him, we franchise tagged him for a 1 year, $11 million, deal. He didn't sign it. Yes, we just gave him the tag, but I think I think Dallas Cowboys have until like almost late July or around midweek or late June to sign any franchise tag players. So what will happen most likely, if the Cowboys feel pigeonholed and they don't, and any tight ends they don't like, whether on the free agent market, which I'm about to read in a little bit, or if there's some undrafted free agent that that isn't stepping up or whatever, I think they're gonna be pigeonholed to end up signing and overpaying for a guy like Dalton Schultz. Like I said, not really in no man's pockets, but still, he's not really a person you pay top-of-the-line money to, in my opinion. He is not worth George Kittle money. He's not worth Darren Waller money, Mark Andrews money, Travis Kelce money. To me, those are like top 4 or 5 tight ends in this league, and I don't feel like he's one of those. I feel like he's one of your guys that you plug in at your tight end spot. That's somebody that you can roll with for the rest of the season. He can be your starting tight end, or if your number 1 tight end goes down like a Kittle, Kelce, Andrews, Waller, like I was saying, he can step in and still fill up. He can still do nice productions, but he won't bring you that much of an impact. He's not a speeder. He's not a burner. He's not a vertical threat tight end. Yeah, they put him in that situation. He's good in the seams. He's going to catch it. He's going to be able to take a big hit and still get up and everything like that. We've seen it. We've seen him do it for us a bunch of times. But with Dalton, man, I just think the Cowboys, the way the Dallas Cowboys messed up was, I don't think they should have signed him. They should have franchise tagged him. See, with the Dallas Cowboys, they know the contracts already, like how we know the contracts. You already know that Dalton Schultz was up for a contract this year, and if you look at his past 2 years of production, it has been really well. If you look at when he was a rookie, I'm just reading off some of his stats. He had 12 receptions, 116 yards. That was with him as a rookie. And then 2019, he only had 1 catch for 6 yards. And the only reason why he only had 1 catch and 6 yards because his first 2 years he came in as a blocking tight end. 2018, he was like the second tight end on the roster. Then when Jason Witten came in and was starting stealing reps from Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz ended up being bumped down to the third string tight end, so he didn't get much burn at there. But once 2020 came and Blake Jarwin unfortunately tore his ACL towards Achilles the first game of the season, he started getting starting reps, and he got, 2020 was his breakout year. He had 63 receptions, 615 yards, 9.8 yards per catch. 28 yards was his longest catch, and he got 4 touchdowns. And 2021, that was his year for his money, because obviously if you get picked anywhere after the first round, from the second round, I believe, all the way to the 7th round, you get a 4-year contract. And, his last year of his deal, he caught 78 catches, 808 yards, 10.4 yards per catch, 32 yards was his longest catch, and 8 touchdowns, which ended up being his career high. So obviously he had a really great year, his contract year, as of a lot of NFL players do, to prove that they're worth the money that they want to receive in the offseason. I believe the Dallas Cowboys should have either done one or two things: either let him go and picked up a free agent guy like a O.J. Howard that got signed to a year deal, a Mo Alley Cox that just re-signed with the Colts. Those sort of guys I believe that the Dallas Cowboys should have went out and signed. Now, it's up to the Cowboys whether or not you think that Jake Ferguson, Jeremy Sprinkle, and Sean McEwen can be the guys that you can roll with into the season. But if the Cowboys don't feel too safe about their tight end room right now, they're probably going to fold and going to have to end up paying him market value money, meaning that they're going to have to pay him more than David Njoku. David Njoku just got a deal. David Njoku's money. David Njoku he signed a 4-year, $54.75 million contract, which breaks down to him getting $14 million per year, which I believe that will be the starting market value for a guy like Dalton Schultz. And then last year, I had better production. I had a better season than David Njoku. Now I'm going to be wanting my money more than what he's getting. So now if you just look at right now the basis of the contract, he's going to just his starting point, him and his agent, they're going to go to Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones and going to say, hey, the starting point for us is going to be $14 million. And now if you look at some of the other contracts, like, you look at a Darren Waller, you look at those other guys that are making more than him, David Njoku and Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz is going to be looking around that $15-16 million range per tight end. And for me, that's just something I don't see the Cowboys paying for. Not necessarily, I don't see them paying it. But like I said, if they don't feel too confident going into training camp, and if tight end room don't look too hot, the Cowboys going to eventually fold like how they normally do. And like I said, man, the Dallas Cowboys, the Jones front office, they suck at this contract negotiation. They really do. Examples, just within our own team. Ezekiel Elliott, they said that, who needs Zeke? Who? We're not going to set the market for a running back. Sure enough, they turn around. They gave him the 5-year, $90 million deal. Ended up setting the market. Same thing what they were saying with Dak Prescott. We're not going to pay Dak Prescott a whole lot of money. And what did they do? They ended up signing him to a 4-year, $120 million deal, which was well deserved and well worth it. And they also said they weren't going to overpay for DeMarcus Lawrence and say we're not going to give him Khalil Mack money, and then turned around and they end up doing that as well. So the Joneses, they're in the mindset of, last minute discussions make deals. So ultimately it's gonna be up to the Dallas Cowboys, of course. But for me, I don't believe that the Cowboys are going to pay Dalton Schultz. And if I'm the Cowboys, you potentially trade him. I feel like with the available tight ends that are on the market right now, there's only one tight end that I would like the Dallas Cowboys to pick up for a year. which I think they can do. I think if you pick up Eric Ebron, he's a free agent right now. He's 29 years old. He just came back. He got released from the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I think that's a guy you can potentially bring in here if you trade to Dalton Schultz. I feel like what you do is you sign Eric Ebron to a 1-year deal. Jerry Jones loves doing that vet minimum type deal. So if you sign him to like a 1-year deal, $2 or $3, $4 million deal, make that base incentives, you can get a year out of Eric Ebron. By the time the season's over, he'll be 30, and yeah, you can get 1 more year. If you can get 1 year out of Eric Ebron, trade away Dalton Schultz. Trade for Dalton Schultz is probably going to be a team that has enough cap room where they can have him as a secondary tight end. But I don't see a bunch of team possibly that can maybe make him tight end one. But I'm just quickly thinking about the tight end rooms around the league. If you just start in our division, maybe he can go to Washington and get a deal. He can probably go somewhere in the NFC West, probably play for like the Seahawks. He'd probably be tight end one. Noah Fant's really good, but can't go to the Niners. Maybe backup, but I don't think he'll take backup money. He won't take backup money. He won't go to the Raiders. He won't go to the Chiefs. Broncos, maybe. He could probably go to the Broncos. Broncos can probably afford him, but what I'm trying to say is, like, we can trade him, probably get a conditional 5th or 6th round pick from him, and the conditions make it seem like if he reaches a certain amount of numbers, he's healthy for this amount of games, we can get like a 4th or 3rd round pick from that particular team, whoever that may be. But like I said, I just think where it comes to where the fate of Dalton Schultz is, if the Dallas Cowboys feel shaky about this room, they're going to end up overpaying for Dalton Schultz. But if the Cowboys feel like, hey, we can roll with what we got, then what they're most likely going to end up doing is just letting go of a guy like Dalton Schultz and trading him to a team for a 5th round, 6th round pick for next year, and we'll probably roll with it like that, man. So yeah, man, that's the end of the video, and hopefully you guys like the video. Have a nice day. See you later. Bye.